here we are, take 5. Well, I didn't wake up until just recently. I was driving all over this planet. Didn't sleep a lot. Yeah, did over 9 hours of driving. And yeah, here we are. Don't have a lot to say. I did have a lot to say before I went to sleep. I was up really early this morning also because I had to move my friend's car. All these things, and it was really beautiful and really sunny, and we've been just having endless windstorms for days. Like, it's been like a week, and the weather is just wild. But I did stand, it was so cold. I went out and I went to see my favorite tree. And it was interesting. It was the first time I actually leaned on the tree. Well, no, that's not true. I've leaned on this tree. But the wind gusts have come down. They're not at 70 kilometers an hour, but they're at like 50. And it's like minus 25. And the winds were coming across this part of the plains. And so I turned my back to the wind, but I was leaning against the tree. And as soon as I leaned on the tree, it was like the wind couldn't touch the tree, and it was so weird. It was so warm. I was like, oh, I totally get why little creatures like to hunker into a tree. It was like life-changing because the wind wasn't stopping, and it was weird. And I kept like backing away from the tree and then standing in the wind. I mean, like, okay, the wind's still intense. And then I would just go and, yeah, just like, I don't know, tuck this whole part of the tree into me and lean in. And then it was just like the tree and I don't know, it was so warm. Trees are warm. If you haven't hugged a tree today, this might be your cue. So yeah, anyway, I feel rough. I feel like I was up as I was for too many hours. But I got my driving fix in. Got a good 500 chicken, please. She's driving me crazy. I got in late last night, and she's been meowing her head off the last couple weeks, really disturbing my sleep. Yeah. And so anyway, here we are. So maybe there's a message in there, possibly. Normally I like to get a little intentional on New Year's, but to be honest, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about 2025. Chicken bonita. Bonita fajita. Lay down, girl. Yeah, Ernie, you know what? You didn't like 2025 either? Fair. Yeah, it was dog shit. Okay, well, let's pull some cards on it. Call in those crowd favorites. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, anyone that you're working and praying with, other than Debbie Devil. Yeah. All right, well, actually, before we use this deck, let's get a couple oracles, just to get a theme here. Yeah, I feel like the overall feeling right now is my feeling. It's like, yeah, when you haven't slept for days, and then you had to drive through winter storms, and then you finally slept. That's the feeling. It kind of feels like being hungover without being hungover, you know? Yeah. I wish I got paid to drive, period. I don't want to drive a big rig. I don't want to drive people. I just want to get paid to sit in a car and just drive. It is my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, even last night, I always get caught in these storms and just winging a prayer. It's like it's my element. I always seemingly have the best rides when it's like whiteout conditions. Just terrible. Doesn't matter. The wind just moving the car. Doesn't matter. Accidents everywhere. Doesn't matter. Alright, so let's see. Grandmama. What is the collective? Do you guys love driving too? Is this just the whole message? Just drive. Hey, that's a Deftones album. Wait, is it? Oh, this is where my memory and my terrible names. Well, there's that song. Oh, I think it's just a song. Yeah, Just Drive. Classic. I think it was the song that put them on the map. Love the Deftones. Chino. Okay. Yeah, this reading is kind of all over the place, and the fact that I've had to start it 5 times. Okay. Butterfly. Transformation. Joy, beauty. And transience. Okay. No. I feel like this is my energy for 2026, where I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna yell it. You know when your parent would do that, if you had a parent like that, kind of rare, I suppose. But you know when a parent, instead of getting like yelling about something, they would just get really quiet and calm, and that was actually way more jarring because you're like, oh boy. I feel like that's my approach for 2026. I'm like, I got nothing to say other than no, not doing it. Don't care. I might throw in an odd eat shit, but like not even that. I'm just like, no, not doing this. I'm not doing this 2026. Oh, you know, look who said yes. This is what I said no to, and and it said yes. Yeah, touche. Carnelian, energy, leadership, creativity. Who wouldn't want that? There we go. Rosemary. I do love rosemary. Remembrance, loyalty, faithfulness. Cool. All right. Well, bonito. Well, butterflies do love rosemary. You know, they'll give a fly over. Let's see. Is that like a brooch? Yeah, I'm looking at this guy. Yeah, we've got some real old-timey items here. Rosemary. Well, it makes me think of the movie Rosemary's Baby. Also, sorry that my little table is wiggly. It's on top of my yoga mat. This isn't my ideal setup right now. Nothing is. This is the thing. Sometimes it's not ideal. We just have to work with it. Hey, what are this? This guy, those little, oh, they're dried leaves. Oh, but this is, these are the ginkgo leaves. I learned that this summer because I was hanging out with some ginkgo trees. And then I was like, hey, I don't even know what kind of tree you are. And then I looked up its leaves. Ginkgo. Beautiful. Well, and ginkgo is really good for the mind. It's great for a lot of things, but I have these 2 candles. Also, I do love this carnelian. It's because I was thinking of Cornelius Mouse. I showed my son all my videos of Cornelius Mouse. He didn't have much to say. He didn't really care. He was like, whatever, Dad. Okay, let's see. Okay. Here we go. Okay, Grandma, there's a vibe. There's a vibe. Let's talk about it. So we have butterfly, we have carnelian, we have rosemary. What do we have to say? 5 of cups. Okay. Yeah. I think 2025 has been very hard for a lot of people. From my own world anyways, all the people that I interact with, 2025 has been a real doozy. But I feel like it's been a real doozy from 2020. Like, you know, there were smatterings in 2020 and then COVID. Like, there's just been these incremental, like, it gets kind of better, but then it's just like, I just feel like it steps. It's like, the plateau is actually what we consider to be getting better, and then it's just like, oh, here we go. Like Sisyphus pushing that giant rock up a hill. Oh, interesting. I was looking at carnelian here and thinking about Sisyphus. Yeah, pushing that giant boulder. Yeah. But going back to the whole no, girl, Sisyphus. Girl, put down that stone. Not even a stone. Put down the boulder. Let it step out of its path. Let it roll down the fucking mountain. Who cares? Who cares? Quip. Yeah, this is it. Just stop pushing the rock up the mountain. You could have a kick-out break. You know what you could do with all that time? You could sit on the mountain and look at the valley. Yeah. You could look at that rock, roll down a hill, and just take things out. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this is kind of a weird reading. It's weird. I don't care. Yeah. This is my thing. I'm like, honestly, I don't care. I don't care at this point. Because, like, I do care, but you know what I mean? Like, the I don't care, but I care, you know? We're just like, I don't care. So, like, truth, but it's also truth that I do care. Yeah, this is a weird reading. Whatever. Here we go. 5 of Cups. 2 of Wands, but yeah, there's all this leaf action. There's a lot of, like, dried leaves. Yeah. Perhaps some of you have some plants in your house that have a lot of dead leaves. Not here to shame, but in Feng Shui, it's not the best to have, like, dead plants lingering in your space, because you want life force. So when things are kind of, like, dying, at least clip them out, you know, and try to fluff them back up. So maybe that's also your cue to be like, get rid of the dead leaves. Okay, so we have 5 of Cups to the 2 of Wands. We got some planning. Also, we're coming up to, like, crazy full moon in a couple days. It could also be why I feel weird. Ace of Swords. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Okay, we have another butterfly. We have a lot of bird action up at the base of that sword. Crows. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 crows and a butterfly walk into a bar. I don't know the rest. Okay, so Grandma, what's going underneath the 5 of Cups? More crows. Temperance. Ooh, maybe you're gonna go out to a New Year's Eve party. What I see is 2 of you going off alone. See? There's a big party. It's a little bit too loud. See? The drinks. Cheers! Yeah, and you're like, it's a little bit too loud. You want to go somewhere a bit more quiet so that we can talk. Okay. Yeah. Little goblets of juice. Okay, well, and it is going underneath the 5 of Cups. I've said it before, the 5 of Cups, the emphasis is on the 3 cups that haven't worked out, but 2 remain. And we know the 2 of Cups stands for the lovers. Okay. Oh, my son did inform me. I feel like I got the go-ahead, even though it's not my priority, but my son gave me the go-ahead. He said something funny, which he's never said before, but he informed me that he would like a stepmom. And I said, well, son, that's great to know. But anyway, we got chatting about it, because he's been very particular about not wanting siblings, not really into the idea of me having a girlfriend or a boyfriend at any point. And, but yeah, as we were doing our pillow talk yesterday, yeah, he was like, he wants me to get on it stat. So I worked out, because he's pretty psychic, but I was like, okay, son, I was like, how do you picture this person? Who do you picture this, the person dad's gonna be with, a girlfriend? So he said that they're gonna have blonde hair. he said brown eyes, but he also said my eyes were green yesterday, so brown eyes could be synonymous with any color, but he was really particular about the blonde hair. And this is what's so funny, is he then was just like, she has a British accent. He loves, and then he started to speak in a British accent, which really cracked me up, but he says it's the best accent. He's not wrong. I just said it in another video where I was like, I did say something to the effect of a British accent being my favorite. Yeah, anyway. So we worked out some details, but so who knows, maybe you're about to meet a British person with blonde hair who's about to sweep you off your feet at a party. Okay, so Grandmama, what's going underneath the Two of Wands? Ooh, the Emperor, speaking of which. Clip clop, run right up that mountain. Again, going back to Sisyphus, pushing that giant goddamn boulder up the mountains all day, all night. We're back to those mountain ranges. Oh my god, yeah, and yesterday I was driving through the mountain. There's a section of the drive back into the city. There's a couple ways you can go, but there's a section where there was a small mountain and they just blasted right through it. And then I was thinking about that on the drive back, where I was like, oh, I've been talking about all these mountains, but I'm literally driving through a mountain. What would have been its middle? Oh, man. Mountain of itch right here on this elbow. Well, that's a bummer. Sometimes my eczema moves. It used to be on my eye. If you haven't had eczema on your eye, that's a new level of hell you just don't know about. But this elbow spot, I'm like, oh, beep, beep, yeah. Okay, we're all over the place, I know. Oh yeah, Sea Spirit was just showing me. I know it's the sun, but picture again. There's something here about Sisyphus and this big thing pushing it up the mountain in 2026 being like, no, we are not continuing this. It's a stupid story. Okay. Okay, so far, the energy is not feeling great, but then you're planning. We do have some kind of truth. We have temperance. I do see it as a party. Oh, yeah. Spirit's showing. Going over to someone's house. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to my pals tonight. Who knows? We'll see where this evening goes. I usually don't spend New Year's with people. I end up with people because I let the magic flow, but this year, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might just go for a walk and see my tree. Oh boy, the Ten of Wands going underneath the Ace of Swords. Okay, so something's been a burden for someone. I think it's this person at the party. Sorry, guys. You know what? Can't hurt to put a little cream. Goddamn. Hold on. I know, I am all over the place. Oh yeah, this was like last night. Oh yeah, and then on the highway, I did see two huge flashes of what I thought was lightning. It wasn't. It turns out it's a police camera. But it was like shocking. It was like when the transformer for the electricity blew up outside of my friend's place. That's literally what it looked like. Huh. Okay, well. Okay, so what's going on underneath? Five of Cups to Temperance. Oh boy. Five of Swords. Look at all that lightning. More lightning. Oh, and the snake's eating its own tail? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well. Very interesting. Two of Wands to the Emperor. Let's see. Oh my god, the Tower. What is happening? Wow. Okay, last card. Let's just get the whole story onto the table and then we'll clarify. Okay, well, the Ace of Swords to the Ten of Wands. Okay, well, Apprentice of Pentacles. Well, I feel like it's like a Roman coin. Also, yeah, what was Sisyphus? Greek? Roman? Okay, let me take a little peek here. A little peek-see. Here, we gotta move this a little bit. Like this. Make some space here. I'll put these cards like this so I can see everyone clearly. Go there. Oh, I see. Spirit was just pointing out all of the swords. And I've noticed the swords before, but because there was all this action around here, but what Spirit was pointing out is that, okay, so I do feel like there's some kind of social event. It doesn't have to be for tonight, New Year's, but I do see a social setting. It doesn't even have to be someone's home. Like it could be, I mean, institutions have little soirees all the time. But there is something here about being in a public setting where there is a gathering of people, definitely drinks are flowing, and whoever is telling the truth will clarify. It's been a burden, but I feel like in amongst you two, and we'll clarify because I'm not sure if it's the person that it feels like it could be slightly romantic with, or if it's a different person, but someone is going to be drinking a little bit too much. And see how they're eating their own tail? It's like their own foot in their mouth. Yeah, and I feel like they're gonna, we'll find out, say some things, because the next card is the Tower to the Apprentice of Pentacles. It could just be that it's like a social lubrication of like a person wants to disclose their truth. Oh yeah, because I'm being reminded of this one New Year's. I just started to date this person. And yeah, we were like newly dating, and I was flying out across Canada. Yeah, I was going to the other end of Canada, so I had to be on this flight, so I had to spend the whole night at the airport to make this really insane flight. So I ended up just spending the night on the phone with this new person that I was dating, and they were so wasted. He was really unattractive, to be honest. Like, we did continue to date past that, but like, I can tell you right now, I did not find it cute. Because people will, it's not always an indication of how someone truly feels, but like, things do get divulged and like spoken about in a very loosely tongued way. Okay, well, let's clarify. Let's get out the crow deck here. Okay. Okay, well, Grandmama, what's going on with this Five of Cups? Yeah, let's clarify the Five of Cups for you. What's going on? Why are we crying? The Hermit. And when I first started the very first reading this evening, trying to anyways, it was the Hermit that came up, but in a different deck. Okay. Yeah, it's just been a really long winter of your discontent. It could be more than a year. Yeah, I feel like whether it's 2025 or something going on, it's been a really challenging time. And see how your North Star is like, it's on the ground. These were like the conditions and parts last night that I was driving in. Yeah, frosty. Okay. But I do like in this Hermit though, you are facing the future. Like you're deep in it, but you're like still looking to the future. That's good. Okay, do we want to say anything else about the Five of Cups to the Hermit? The Tower. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a lot of lightning on the table. Yeah, there's like 3 cards here with like big fat... No, 4 cards. Yeah, 4 cards with big fat lightning bolts. Ooh, 2 Tower. And see, back to this flock. Okay. Okay, so something unexpected. Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, like on the highway, just flashes of lightning. And it being something shitty like, oh, I I wasn't even speeding. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, okay. Yeah. So something unexpected and not great has been occurring. Yes. Okay, so 2 of Wands. So naturally you've had to plan because you're like, get me the fuck out of this shit. And that's why I think those leaves are dry. Yeah. The winter of your discontent, it's been real dry for you. Yeah, because now I'm seeing the rosemary of like when you dry rosemary. Rosemary's great dried, but it's always better fresh. Okay. 2 of Wands. Grandma, so what is the plan? The 3 of Cups. Oh my god, to the Hierophant. And I am seeing the Ace of Cups on the bottom here. But, okay. So the plan is to have literally more support and like celebration. Those conversations where you're like, there just has to be more to life than this, Spirit. Like, it cannot just be tower after tower after tower after Hermit card after Sisyphus pushing up this goddamn boulder for like 800 years up a mountain. Yeah. And we are seeing the wreath that normally the Emperor wears, and we do have the Emperor on the thing here on the table. Okay, so the plan is, yeah, you need more. The Hierophant is about higher learning. I know we're seeing a marriage scene here, but, well, the 5 of Cups, it could be again. There's been a lot of divorce. Oh my god, I had a friend call me up last week and was like, oh my god, can you talk right now? Anyway, I knew something shocking was about to come up for her and 2 people in her life, but going back to all of the readings the past couple of weeks, there's been so much cheating and people like literally finding out in the middle of the night and getting divorced. Anyways, that was what was happening for a friend. Yeah, this friend, you know, on Facebook, they have that Facebook page, like, is this your boyfriend? Anyway, he got busted. Oh, man. So, more my point is that there's just been a lot of, like, real fast breakups and divorces in the past month alone. Like, it's just been one right after the other. Hold on, I want to clarify. What is the Hierophant for you? Let's clarify. What's the 3 Cups to the Hierophant? The Ace of Swords. And it's going beside the Ace of Swords. Okay, mama. Okay, so there's something here about the truth, because the other thing that I always notice is when I get an Ace of Swords or the Justice card, or when the sword is down, or any of the because it can be with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. But yeah, when you normally see the sword upright, when it's down, oh, so this is what it's about. Because it's down, someone was trying to hide the truth. Oh, so is this not about a party, but really just, again, a group of dirt-kicking snakes? What else is new? See, and this is why we're saying no in 2026. No. No, I do not accept. I do not accept. I'm not taking this. We're not having a further discussion around it. My energy is a hard no. It's no the whole way through. Yeah, unless we're talking about real good shit that we can say yes to, like all of this bullshit, it's a hard no. So, yeah, so there has been a learning of a truth. Okay, what was the other card? 2 of Wands. Oh, is this going back? Is this actually going back to cheating again? Because there's the 3 of Cups, and the message to last, like, again, it's just like, 3's a crowd in a marriage, you know? Yeah, because we see 3 here. We saw that bird action. Okay, so we have a truth. Okay. Okay, well, then let's clarify the original Ace of Swords. Okay, so Grandma, tell us about this Ace of Swords. The 3 of Wands. Okay, well, see that North Star? It's back up in the sky. Okay, so your Hermit, you've been facing your current energy, you're facing the future. She's been frosty. It's been lonely as hell. the next part of your energy is this planning. And it has to do with whatever truths you've learned. So now that you have the whole truth, yeah, because this sword was down, but now that you have all the information, even though people have been, well, yeah, because like with these mushrooms too, I was thinking about that. Again, it always gives me like psilocybin, but yeah, getting the whole truth, like really having your mind opened. Okay. So we've gone from planning to waiting for the ships to come in, but these 3 wands to me act like a bridge, but look how stormy it is. Yeah, it's really stormy for you. Like, most of these cards, there are a couple clear sky cards, but most of them is just like lightning and these big, yeah, like dark, stormy clouds. But I love this because you just keep facing the future. You're forward, yeah, forward facing, where you're like, yeah, your energy's like no to this bullshit, but you're just like, I am moving the fuck on. Like, come hell or high water. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I just know it's not this. Yeah. Okay, so what is the plan, Grandma? Tell us a little bit more. The 3 of Wands. Temperance. Oh my god, all of these cards are like following each other. The Ace of Swords came before the Ace of Swords. The Tower before the Tower. Now the Temperance is clarifying, but right before the Temperance card. Okay, so it's like you're planning. Yeah, all these seeds that you've laid or laying, it's like you've laid it, and then what you don't see is that it's literally the next thing, going back to the steps. Okay, so instead of the steps before being like, you know, like, oh, going uphill, like the battle, but then you know how a step is like up and then or like if we were to use this, like up and then you get it, a step. Okay, but instead of like hard, shitty steps where you're just like, yeah, the plateau is just like what feels like miraculous miracles, but it's not. It's just a plateau. It's just not terrible. No, now the steps are like actually building blocks of like, oh, Spirit was just showing me that in a clock tower, or like in a cathedral, the bell tower, Spirit was saying you can either go up the stairs or down the stairs. Now, when you're going upstairs, we all know you get winded right quick. Going downstairs is easier. And with Sisyphus, yeah, I just feel like there's this point where you've been just going up a bell tower in the tower card forever. It's just like, again, you're hot, you're out of breath, you're sweaty, you're bitchy. You're like, when do these stairs end? Yeah, like, when do we arrive at the fucking top here? Like, what? But it's like, well, there is no top. The top has towered and toppled. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, so the plan is you want balance. You want things to be restored. And see, it's so interesting. Whenever I get this Hierophant card, I always seem to get this Temperance card. And it always reminds me, because see, we see these angel wings back there, and these are angel wings, but there's a glow on this wing. Okay. Okay, so the plan is, you're just like, yeah. And it's not frosty in this card. Like, we have these beautiful flowers, and we did start the reading with, like, butterfly. I keep seeing butterflies, so getting out of the cold, out of the storm, into blossoming, flourishing. Yes, okay. So now we're going to clarify the other Temperance card. Okay, Grandmama, tell us everything. What's going on with Temperance? Oh, 2 cards. The Ace of Cups to the 10 of Cups. And see, there's 2 here, and we did see the Ace of Cups. I mentioned it before. I was like, oh, I see the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Okay. So what I don't think you see coming, though, is that part of this happiness, canary yellow. Okay, this is going to sound so weird, but when I meditate with my favorite tree, that was the message for me today. Canary yellow. Okay, I don't even know if I can, we're so off the path here. Oh, it's almost like that was a little message for me. Sorry, guys. I'll talk about it maybe in the morning. You know me, I get rambling. It's a whole other subject. Suffice to say, canary yellow, long story short, and like, here, canary yellow. Oh, so it's this emperor. And the tree for me, again, it was like, when we came together, the elements didn't change, but when I leaned into the tree, it's like the wind couldn't touch us. Oops, sorry, I'm shaking this all over the place. And every time I lean on the tree and I meditate, yeah, I always hear canary yellow. As to its meaning, we'll talk about that a different time, but that's really sweet and cute. This is a great omen. It's love. And it doesn't even have to be romantic love. It's just like the best kind of love, in whatever form that comes in. But someone comes in. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had seen the 6 crows around that Ace of Swords, the first one. Now there's 6 lotus, and 6 is the card, or 6 is the number of the lovers. Okay, so love is afoot. Yeah, cups be pouring over. Oh, please, Grandma, like, let's fill in and fill up all the cups. Oh yeah, and see, look, this is like a wavy rainbow, and then we have this rainbow. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I accept the beautiful message. Okay, well then, let's talk about it. Who's the Emperor? Whoa, flying out. Oh my god, it's the lovers. Okay, hold on. God damn. Oh, Jesus. Oh god, the setup. The setup is not ideal, but whatever. Yeah, like, see how the cards are talking? Oh my god. And see, there you are, just like in that Temperance, just flying off together. Oh, and see, head to head. That's how my son and I talk when we're having our pillow talk. We'll just lay our heads together. And we tell each other things. But especially when I tell him that our hearts are always connected, no matter what. Oh, this Emperor. Here comes the sun. Okay. So this Emperor is the lovers. Can we have another card, Grandma? That's nice. Whoa, this one just flipped right over. Judgment. This person does not fuck around. Ooh. Yeah, they're con for you. I feel like what makes them special for you, it's the acknowledgement of your story. Like, I just keep hearing, like, they want to tell it on the mountain. Like, they're so outraged about something on behalf of you that they're really vocal. You know what I mean? They want to tell the whole world. And they have the kind of energy, the Emperor to the lovers, to this Judgment. Oh man, this person is big energy. Oh yeah, they don't give a fuck. They're just like me with that, like, no. Again, they don't have to yell it. Just like that ram, you just use your head, you just ram it off. You're just like, no. Okay, well, I love this. The cards are talking. I love this. Okay, so 10 of Wands, Grandma. You see all this thunder and lightning. The Hawk. The 8 of Wands to the 3 of Pentacles. But, here, let me set this aside. Okay, so in this 10 of Wands, past-facing energy. It's very stormy. 10 Wands in his little talons. And then we have 8 Wands coming in, but it's future-facing. Okay. And it's around, a communication around working, but see, there's 2 here. There's 3 Pentacles, but there's 2 crows. I think it's this Emperor Yeah, this emperor wants to come in. See, he wants to lay heads. And see, this little lass has a little crown on her head. Oh, is this going to be the stepmom? The Brit? Oh my god, is this person British? Okay, hold on, let's see. Let's put... Okay, but... So the 10 of Wands to the 8 of Wands. So it's putting... Yeah, I feel like this person... They just want to... With strength on the bottom. I don't know. It's like they really want to support you. Like, they see where you've come from. Like, again, they know how to read a room. There's been some kind of grave injustice or just something terrible, prolonged terribleness that's really, again, outside of your control. Okay. But now, okay, so now we have the 5 of Swords next. That was to go underneath. What card was that? Temperance. Okay. Yeah, so the snake. Okay, so what's the 5 of Swords about? Page of Wands. Well, I see someone here squawking about something. Okay, who is this person? What's the Page of Wands to the 5 of Swords? The King of Cups to the 6 of Penties. Hold on. That's going underneath because the 5 of Swords was going underneath Temperance. Okay, well, but what is the 5 of Swords? Like, well, why is the snake eating its tail here? Is this the same? Who is this person? The Ace of Wands to the Page of Wands. Okay, so this is an X. I think it's probably the terrible person that you've, I don't know. I'm sure everyone has a seemingly terrible person in 2025. So whether it's a family member, a lover, an ex, I don't know. Just put wherever this terrible person is. Okay, so they're wanting to swing back around naturally. Yeah, because that's how it always goes. As soon as you're done with something and you've disengaged, yeah, like when you just drop, when Sisyphus drops that old rock, you're like, I'm not participating in this. It's just no. Yeah, that's when you know it's real, when the energy actually is just consistently neutral. It's a holding. It's a presence. Every animal and child knows it too. Again, you don't have to yell. It's an energy. Okay, so someone's swinging back around. Okay, so now we have a second tower. Yeah, this person just brings towers. Okay, so let's talk about, okay, so this tower card. Yeah, the 8 of Swords. Okay, so it puts you back into feeling like you can't see. See, in this strength card, and we did see the strength card, it was on the bottom for a bit there. Back to your energy, you are both. But see, this crow's facing the past. See, that's, I think, your conflict is like, you are moving on. Your strength, you're this gorgeous line with all of these beautiful, oh my god, are those 6 flowers? No, it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was thinking of the 6 lotus flowers. Anyway. But whoever this person is that's disruptive, yeah, it gets you to, again, look at them, look to the past, when really your North Star that we saw in the beginning with the Hermit card, it was on the ground in the snow. This is what happens with dirt-kicking snakes. You take your focus off of them. That's why they love any kind of attention, negative attention, positive attention, any kind of attention will do. The point is that whenever you focus on yourself and the future, your eyes are not on them. They want your eyes on them, always. Okay. So what's this Apprentice of Pentacles about? It's a little crab holding up a flower. Death to the Empress of the World. Yes, but okay, I don't want 3 though right now. But noted. Okay, let's see if it comes back out. No. Clear and succinct, please. Clarify the Apprentice of Pentacles. Okay, the star. See, the North Star, back up in the sky. Now, you are future-facing, your beak is, but your body is present. Oh my god, going back to, again, the canary yellow. It's this Emperor. Like, I feel like you're going to be gifted someone in your life. Again, I know everyone wants to hear that it's like a romantic love. It doesn't have to be, though. Like, having someone in your corner when no one's been in your corner, like, I'm talking like, when I've had certain judges actually do their job, or like legal people just do their job, like anyone who advocates or like just brings ease, and it doesn't have to just be in like, it could, like, you know what I mean, across the board. Yeah, this really nice server yesterday who just delighted in my son and I, but she just like went above and beyond. She just, yeah, she really brought out the extras. But like, this is what I mean when people show up in these ways. Okay, well, can we quit throwing cards? Okay. But see, this is part of this. The offer, though, see, they're making sure that you have everything that you need to heal. So, like, this to me is this. And that canary, and we see that this Emperor person, like, their judgment, they are this bird. See his little beak? Where is he? Yeah. Like, always kind of overlooking, making sure that you're okay. Okay, hold on. Let's put in... We have a lot of cards here. Okay, let's... Here. So, no, you go here. You're a crow, you're the axe. Yeah. Okay, so let's put these back in. Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah. Well, we did see that Empress. So, an Empress to an Emperor. Okay, so tell me more, Grandma, about the relationship. Is this romantic? Is this more than romantic? I don't know. I keep saying, but I would take a best friend or an advocate of any kind. That's the kind of love, and the love of, like, my child. But that's for me. Like, not everyone wants to be a parent, but I don't know. Okay, it wasn't focused. It's 8 of Cups. Okay, so the Emperor. Who is this lover's Emperor to you? Who is this person? Like, how do you know this person? What's the deal? The 8 of Swords. Oh, you don't see him yet. Well, that makes sense. Because even like with your steps, right? All these steps, it's like, again, you're deep in it. You're the Hermit card, so you're in the storm. Yeah, you're in the storm. And just like driving last night, sometimes it's like white out conditions. White out conditions. You can't see anything. It is a wing and a prayer. Yeah, like that to me is my gift, my superpower. I'm still standing just on wings and prayers. Sometimes it's not a ton, but like still standing. Okay, so you don't see this person. Okay, so how does this person cross your path? Because they do. And man, do they seem to have a very strong affection for you. Well, yeah, back to the world. See, it did come out. It was with the Empress. Well, I mean, it could be online. Well, that crow, see, the Emperor wearing a crown. And then, yeah, the Emperor, the I'd mentioned the you know, the leaves that the Emperor normally wears. Okay, what is the world though? Oh, working together. Well, just like I said though with advocating. Yeah, you might have just had an interaction with this person. Yeah, maybe there was something you needed help with. And so, and having to ask for that help, you had to kind of share some of the circumstances of like why you would need this help. So is this person just really like an advocate for you? Judgment? Yeah, tell me about this person. Oh yeah, and see this guy, remember I said this last has a little crown. Yeah, so it could be man or woman, but there's like someone who wants to advocate for you. Okay. Yeah, Page of Cups. And just like with that Page of Pentacles in the other deck, it's a little crab. Oh my god. Maybe this person is a Cancer. Doesn't have to be. But we do see little crabs here. Wanting to offer. And see, look, this to me is like a quilt. Yeah, this person wants to be cozy. Well, Cancers are just very loving. Old Bonita, she's a Cancer. Yeah, very loving. This person just really wants to be loving. Yeah, just the two of you. Make plans together. We saw again the Two of Wands at the very beginning. They don't want you have to plan alone. They want to plan with you. Okay, so how do you feel about this person? Because you don't see them. So when they come on in... Oh, the Devil. Uh-oh. Is this attraction, or is this because you're just, everything has been such a hard no, you're just like, I'm fucking over this shit. Yeah, you're so used to what I was saying, like, when it plateaus, that's how you've been feeling. It's like, wow, really, this is amazing, but really it's just neutral. It's just not bullshit. So it's not even that it's extraordinary, it just isn't fucking bullshit. So you're kind of, are you suspicious? What's this Devil card, Grandma? Oh yeah, see? Three of Swords. Remember how I was saying three's a crowd, getting your heart? Yeah, so this offer from them, because they showed up as like 2 pages. We know that they have offers galore. Ooh, yeah. You feel like you can't trust. Fair enough. Yeah, when everyone just keeps showing up as a devil. Yeah, when there's no more surprises anymore, every single person that you were just like, man, I thought I knew you. I've known you for literally my whole life, or a bazillion years, or I've been married to you for a bazillion years. You think you know, and then, especially if it's more than one person, yeah, you're just kind of like, okay, great. Can't trust anybody. Except for the trees. Okay. So what happens with this devil energy? How does the relationship transform? Because I do see this. Oh my god, the Lovers. Okay, so we go from the devil to the Lovers. Okay. Very nice. Ooh. What does it take? What does it take this Emperor to do? I think just them going back to that judgment. There's something here I just keep hearing, advocacy. Like, shouting it from the mountains. And that person, the original card, is the Emperor. And when we saw that Judgment card, it's like up in the mountains. This person is of the mountains. Oh yeah, and I was saying I was driving through the mountain. Like the center. Yeah, there's almost something like your whole approach is like this realization for you, being like, why have I been pushing this boulder up this mountain from the beginning of time? And not only like letting it roll down and taking a break and like looking at the valley, looking at the view. And not that I would encourage blowing up mountains to go through, but there's like an easier, softer way where you're like, you know what? Fuck this. But it feels like that's what this person brings to you. It's like all roads open. Even it means going through the mountain. Okay. Six of Wands. See, it's a success. And we've seen this wreath now like a bazillion times. Ooh, very nice. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there. Got that star back on the bottom. But essentially, you're going to have this person show up. I don't know. It does look like for some of you, it's going to be romantic. It doesn't have to be. It does not have to be at all. But this person definitely, I don't know, they believe in you. They see the injustice of something, even if it's just the treatment or like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be huge advocacy. Just having one person, like let's say the issue is with, you have a shitty parent. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're in your 50s. You can still have a wicked, deadly, shitty shit smear of a human being of a parent. But, you know, this person might say something like they normally do, but in front of this person, and then like anyone else, this person is going to be like, that, oh yeah, because I was at my friend's place this morning when I was dropping off the keys. And we were talking about that. My friend has a mom who is not the best. And my friend's partner, who's also a Gemini, we saw the Lover's card with that Emperor, yeah, like spoke up to the mom and was just like, Miriam? And like laid into the parent to be like, that is fucked up. That thing that you just said, so fucked up. I'm not gonna let it pass. And they didn't even do it in it, you know, like they said it just like that, just being like, no, Miriam, fuck that. Okay. That's what I mean. Just having one person in your corner who sees the craziness of something and is just like, no. And if I'm going to be here witnessing it, I'm going to fucking say something. This is bullshit. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm seeing the Queen of Wands. Two sexy kitties. Okay. Well, world, thanks for indulging me. Yeah, this weird. I trust the readings. Sometimes they just come out all over the place. I don't know, whatever happens, happens. That was interesting. Okay, well, in case I don't do another reading before the new year, Happy New Year's. Cheers. Get a little kiss on the forehead. Or if you're going to bed early, if you're not participating, just want to get tucked in like old Bonita. Yeah, she's all tucked in. All right. Well, gang, I'm gonna have to sip of water, but I'm very thirsty. Yeah. Good things. Good things. I'm very excited for you. Very nice. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna go put cream on my elbow. Okay. Stay blessed, stay golden.